Okay, still under week 6 is Conformity and Deviance, as we are now here in Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics, or UCSP. So, sa society natin, may rason or may role ang mga taong sumusunod sa mga rules and laws and norms, at meron ding importansya yung mga taong nagbe-break ng mga laws or rules, pero that doesn't mean that we should follow them. Okay? May function sila. So, let's start. We have conformity and deviance. Okay? Deviance is defined by a behavior that violates significant social norms and is disapproved by majority of people. Ito yung mga pag-go against the usual practices, go against what is expected to be correct, go what is expected of you. The sociology of deviance is concerned primarily with the violation of behaviors that are considered unacceptable or offensive by the majority, because society subjects all of us to social control. So one example of deviance is kapag sumagot-sagot ka sa magulang mo in front of many people, that is definitely a deviance. People would not really consider if what you're fighting for or what you're arguing about is primarily anchored on you or leaning towards your right. What would be highlighted is that sumasagot ka sa magulang mo. That's deviance. So there are types of deviance. We have primary deviance, secondary deviance, individual deviance, and group deviance. So for primary and secondary deviance, ang primary deviance refers to a person's behavior which violates or does not conform to a prescribed norm of conduct but is tolerated and concealed by others. So ito yung nangyayaring, halimbawa, tumakas ka ng gabi, umuwi ka ng madaling araw ng medyo nakainom, tapos, syempre, yung nanay mo, tatay mo, ayaw niyan, pagtatakpan ka ng kapatid mo, or ng pinsan mo, naka-close mo, so that's, at some point, na primary deviance, okay? Nabasag mo yung plato, tutulungan ka ng lola mo, or ng tita mo, or papalitan mo yon na medyo i-conceal or ito-tolerate, okay? Secondary deviance naman refers to a behavior of a lifetime conformist or behavior of a branded criminal. Ito na yung pang medyo ano na siya, pang matagalan, medyo nandun na yung gravity, okay? Labas na siya dun sa pasimple-simpleng conformity na conformity and deviance on a smaller scale, okay? Examples ng primary deviance: vandalism, cheating during examination, littering, cutting classes, loitering in restricted areas. Ang secondary deviance naman, ang primary deviance, merong sanctions pero di ka makukulong. Okay? Pero kapag secondary deviance na, makukulong ka, it's punishable by the law. Like robbery, it should be robbery as in nag-rob ka, nagnakaw ka, kidnapping, drug addiction, murder, and even prostitution or human trafficking. Okay? Then we also, highlight lang natin difference. Ang primary, ito yung kaya pang ayusin, patawarin, madadaan sa mag-ground ka, pagtatakpan ng iba, or pwede pang ayusin. Ang secondary deviance, pwede pang ayusin kaso punishable by the law. Okay? Next. Individual and group deviance. Okay? Individual and group deviance. Individual definitely refers to a violation against a group's norm or subculture. Ang group deviance naman refers to the act of members of a group to conform to the group's norms but which disagree with the norms of the larger society. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Example tayo para mas concrete. Individual deviance, eating and drinking something that is not allowed in your religion. Okay? It's within the circle. Performed by you. Okay? Group deviance, street gangs, cult. Okay? So, mas madami. Grupo. Okay? Reasons for deviance, may reason ng mga tao kung bakit sila nag-go against sa rules. Okay? For biologists, deviance is caused by factors coming from within the individual. Siguro pwedeng desire niya or parang nagutom siya. Ano ba? Nagutom ka, wala kang pera, wala ka talagang pambili, hindi ka naman bibigyan, nagnakaw ka. So, driven by biological processes and natural instincts. While sociologists say that factors outside the individual cause deviance. So, may mga iba't ibang factors like community, yung mga groups na meron siya sa family. Then, finally, according to psychologists, deviance is caused by differences in personalities. Okay? So, iba't ibang ways to look into deviance. And deviance is handled through social control. Ano yung social control? Social control refers to the techniques and strategies for regulating human behavior in any society. Bakit kailangan mo ng social control? If you would imagine the world without rules or laws, ang gulo. Okay? Imagine mo kung walang batas, everything would be disorganized. Kahit sa bahay, kung walang house rules, everything would be in chaos. Everything would be disorganized. Okay? There are two types of sanctions. We have informal sanction and formal sanctions. Informal sanctions refer to the unofficial, often casual, pressures to conform. So, ito yung pwedeng i-ground ka ng nanay mo or i-reward ka kapag mabuti kang anak. Positive informal sanctions involve reward for the conformity or compliance. Okay? Or punishment kapag nag-ground, kukunin yung cellphone mo, hindi ka bibigyan allowance. So, informal sanctions yung mga yan. Formal sanctions, on the other hand, are official institutionalized incentives to conform and penalties for deviance. These are needed in large, complex societies. So, di naman pwedeng pagagalita ka ng presidente ng Pilipinas or gaground ka ng vice president or yung mayor nyo, hindi ka palalabasin ng bahay. Parang itatrato kang anak, hindi siya ganon. So, for larger societies, meron tayong system. So, we have the criminal justice system that serves as the most important and visible institution of social control. Ito yung it takes form in arrest, pre-trial, sentencing, or imprisonment. Malakas na way ito para makapag-establish ng social control kasi alam ng tao kung ano yung expect niya kapag nakulong siya. Alam ng tao na anong mangyayari sa kanya pag nakulong siya, pag nag-violate siya sa mga batas. Especially when they know that the persons are really, aside from robbing you from your freedom, they are not really fit for enjoyment. And you won't get to have the time of your life kasi nga, imprisonment siya and then most of the time they're crowded, okay? Being a member of the society entails responsibilities or roles that must be accomplished. If these roles were not met, then problems will start to come up. Kahit naman sa bahay, di ba, kapag inutusan ka ng nanay mong magsaing, tas hindi ka nagsaing, magkakaroon ka talaga ng problema. This is the reason why we have institutions or authorities that render punishments to offenders. Bakit? Para hindi na nila ulitin at hindi rin sila pamarisan. Okay? So, aside from this, we have the concept of human dignity. Okay? So, connected siya dito sa concept ng sanctions. Okay? I would elaborate more on human dignity on the next lesson. Okay? So, I hope you've learned from that.